South First. I am Chetna Balgire, and today with us we have Mr. Krishna Byre Gowda, 5 times MLA and senior Congress leader. Hello sir, welcome to South First sir.
Hi, Chetna.
So several pre-poll surveys have shown that Congress is ahead in Karnataka, but falling short of simple majority. So where do the party's challenges lie despite the anti-incumbency against BJP?
Well, most of the pre-poll surveys were before the end of March. So with the official announcement of the elections, there's a significant shifting in the votes that happens after the official announcement of the voting of the election. Pardon me. So I think if you were to gauge people's mood now, it is for a clear majority for Congress. Now the challenges for Congress, I think, we are sure that I will get a clear majority, but there have been too many issues for us to focus and build the campaign around one or two issues. There have been corruption issues, there is a price rise issue, and a series of issues related to maladministration. So perhaps as a result, we have not been able to focus on one or two issues.
So in Bengaluru and even across the state, BJP has actually fielded quite new candidates, and some of the names are really new to the state as well. So does that worry you as a party, and are you satisfied with the kind of candidates you have fielded?
See, Congress party or for example any other party for that matter will make errors in candidate selection, and we have made our share of errors. But I think the biggest errors have been made by the BJP because most of their decisions have boomeranged, and there is serious resentment within BJP about the heavy-handed approach some leaders in the center have exercised in overshadowing state level leadership. So heavily dictated from Delhi. The decisions are not getting made in Karnataka. BJP's decisions are concentrated in their high command in Delhi. And as a result, BJP has become a purely high command driven party with very little respect for local level leadership. And they are systematically wiping out strong leaders in BJP and making sure that they promote the ones that will serve the high command rather than the state leadership or the interests of Karnataka. So as a result, there has been a severe reaction about the decisions made by BJP High Command from the state leadership. You know the cases of rebellion that BJP is facing, and I think this will cost BJP. So I don't see the point you're making that is it a right thing. I think it's gone terribly wrong for BJP.
So when you're saying this, I just wonder that when you're talking about this year's election, this term's election. So is it there are some constituencies where the name is going to get them some votes, and there are constituencies where the money may play a big role, and so here, do you think that is it still the Modi wave? Is that going to play any role here? Or the Rahul Gandhi's? So is there anything that the names from the centers will actually play any role in Karnataka's elections?
Oh, I wonder, first of all, is Modi going to be the Chief Minister of Karnataka? What are we talking about? Is he going to resign his post as the Prime Minister and going to come and run Karnataka government as the Chief Minister? Then let's talk about it.
Because Bommai's name is not being heard anywhere. So
nobody seems to matter. No regional leader seems to matter. They just want a iron fist control over Karnataka so that we can serve their national interest. So first of all, to run this election in the name of Modi, he's not going to be the Chief Minister here. Secondly, if Modi is going to ensure good governance in Karnataka, where was Modi Saheb when 40% corruption and commission was being taken? Where was Modi Saheb when Santosh Patil committed suicide because he could not pay 40% bribe. Where was Prime Minister Modi when an inspector called Nandish, correct me if I am getting the name wrong, paid 80 lakhs bribe to BJP, came to a police station, started taking money from the people to repay the 80 lakhs he had paid, got caught red-handed, and out of humiliation he committed suicide. Where was Modi Saheb when this was happening? Why didn't he set the affairs right in Karnataka? Where was Modi Saheb when, many ministers and MLAs were indulging in most inappropriate personal behavior, whose videos have come out and then they went to the court and took a stay on those videos? Where was Modi Saheb when rampant corruption from top to bottom, even in a distress, national calamity like COVID, BJP was making money on the deaths of people? Where was Modi Saheb when all this was happening? Finally, I ask you, 3 consecutive years Karnataka has suffered floods. When we were literally drowning, I'm not speaking metaphorically, literally Karnataka was drowning in floods, and this happened for 3 consecutive years. Where was Modi Saheb when we were in distress? And today he is coming for what? I also ask you, ever since BJP came to power in the national government, Karnataka every year has only seen its share of central government taxes go down. So you take money from us, you don't give us money for our development, you don't give us money during our floods and crisis, you don't help us in any manner, you want to take away our banks. Vijaya Bank doesn't exist anymore, it has become some Baroda Bank. State Bank of Mysore doesn't exist anymore. You want to take away a farmers organization like KMF, Karnataka Milk Federation, our Nandini brand, which the farmers Karnataka have built. You want to take it away and make it subservient to Gujarat control. And on top of it, you want to take our votes also. And put a puppet chief minister. This government was 40% corruption. If they come back, there will be 60% corruption. So you want to essentially wipe out Karnataka and make it just a puppet in your grand national show. Sorry, Modi ji, thank you very much.
So your manifesto was released today, and there's a lot of debate about the cost to exchequer because of this, the guarantees and populist schemes that has been announced. So do you think this is prudent economics?
Why, when BJP does Kisan Samman, somehow the prudency doesn't get asked. I wonder why. And when every year 2 to 2.5 lakh crores of loans by the big honchos of India, the richest people in India, are written off, the prudency question doesn't get asked. When BJP announces many freebies, the prudency question doesn't arise. And suddenly when Congress wants to help people, the prudency question arises. Now what is Congress doing? The tax on petrol has gone up by 540% after BJP came. Tax on diesel has gone up by 920% after BJP came. In this country, essential items like rice, wheat, maida, buttermilk, curds were never taxed. Today you are taxing all of them. And what is left to people? They are struggling to make ends meet month on month. We are only putting the tax money back in their hands. Now also you must understand, why is it that all these essential items are being taxed? Because the corporate income tax, which was at 30% before BJP came to power, has been reduced to 22% and 15%. after BJP came. So the loss to national exchequer is about 2 lakh crores per year. For every year we are losing about 2 lakh crores because of your dole out to the super rich in India. Now that doesn't, where was prudency at that time? There is a supply side economics, which is you try to help the rich people, and there is the demand side economics, which is you try to put money in the hands of the people who badly need that money. And the money we are going to give to these people, the benefits we are going to give to these people, are going to be immediately spent by the poor people. And when they spend 1 rupee, it has a 5 rupee multiplier effect on the economy. So, what we are doing is the Keynesian model of economic rejuvenation. It is an age, time, tested theory, and it is tested worldwide. And most countries do believe in helping the poor people when they are in distress, and that's all we are doing.
So you are a 5-time MLA now. So has your approach towards election this year changed this time?
Good question, but I can't see how it has changed. Of course, last time I faced an election where the current was a little against us, the Congress, and this time the current is favoring us. So it's a bit easier to swim with the current than against the current. So barring that, of course, my constituency is a very large one. It has the poorest of the poor people and a sizable middle class and some upper middle class as well. It's a highly populous constituency. There are about 10 lakh people living in my constituency. So yes, we are doing a lot of outreach. We are using technology to reach out to people. So I'm actually doing Zoom campaigning with apartment residents.
How was the response been for that?
Response has been very encouraging. So we started one, then we have done the second one, we have done the third one, and tomorrow I have the fourth one. So yeah, it helps. I mean, we are harnessing technology to reach out to people and engage with them in a meaningful way. I also am doing hybrid events where I do a physical interaction, but it is also interactive through an online medium. We did an interaction with the first time voters, which was both hybrid and an online. So we take, I do interfacing with the online community as well as with, so we are using technology to reach out more and more number of people. So that's one change we have brought about. We are also using more and more of visual communication, videos, and so with the evolution of technology in an urban constituency, it becomes very essential for us to use them. But also at the same time, I am digging deeper into the traditional modes of campaigning, which is to go to as many residential localities as possible and meet as many people as possible. So I'm digging down in that track as well, but also using technology at the other end to reach out to people. So yeah, I mean every time.
What has been the pulse like, and also is there a worry that you have raised questions about recent when they found BJP, they were doling out certain rules, and then the election commissioner did not even do an FIR on the person whose name was candidate's name was there. So such things, does it give any kind of do you see any trouble in that area? So do you think it's not really doing its bit, the election commission?
Being where we are, we have come to accept a certain level of discrimination against us by all institutions, by the media, and by even the judiciary and by the official machinery and by the election commission. The Supreme Court itself pulled up the conduct of the election commission. So, I mean, a Supreme Court which is otherwise very circumspect, if they are fully pulling up the election commission, that obviously means that the election commission must have really goofed up in being not being impartial and being very partial. So, I mean, it has become for Congress party and for people in the opposition, after so many ED cases, IT cases, CBI cases, we have built up a certain stamina, resistance, and some things which are easily available to the ruling party become a monumental obstacle for us. So we have evolved to a much tougher level. Obviously, it also means that there is no level playing field.
So Karnataka still votes on caste lines. I mean, if you know, so what is the kind of support Congress has from two dominant castes like Lingayats and Lokalikas, and do you see any change in pattern this time around?
See, caste is a reality in politics. Let me now try to make the most out, argue against the most obvious fact in public life. But also I think which caste is with whom, that's a second question. But in every caste, there are undecided voters and there are swing voters. Every election, they look at the incumbent, and normally if the incumbent's performance is not satisfactory, there is a certain change of votes that happens in every caste. And fortunately this time for Congress and unfortunately for BJP, the last 4 years have been the most disastrous government ever in Karnataka's history. So that has pushed people in both major communities against BJP. So, I mean, caste is a dominant thing, no doubt, but caste is not the only determinant of voter behavior. And not every single person of every caste votes for the same party, of a caste votes for the same party. And the humiliation being meted out to Lingayat leaders by the BJP also has disturbed the voters in Lingayat community. And altogether, I think people this time want a stable government. They have experimented with the hung assembly. That was a nightmare. If any one party had a majority, things would not have been so bad. So Karnataka has paid a heavy price for a hung assembly. And people have experimented with this hung assembly and suffered a loss in the last 5 years. So with that lesson, I think people want a clearer majority, a stable government. And since Congress is, whenever we were in power, be it 99 to 2004 or 2013 to 2018, we have given a stable government, we have given a good administration, and we have given a developmental government, right? So all these factors together will weigh on both the major communities. And I think both the major communities stand at a great position of great responsibility in the society of Karnataka, and they understand their responsibility and they will rise above their individual caste affiliations and support Congress in the larger interest of the state, because state needs a stable government.
So is Congress its own enemy when it comes to infighting? And there are a lot of infighting happening for the CM's chair. So are you in that race too?
See, this is another fabrication by the media way beyond its reality, because last 3 years all that the media has spoken about is that the Congress cart is going to fall apart. that the two principal leaders of Congress, if we consider them as the two wheels that are keeping Congress going, so the media has made the whole state believe, the whole country believe that each wheel is going to spin off in the opposite direction and the Congress cart is going to collapse. This has been the media narrative for the last 3-4 years. I'm not ruling out there are differences between two leaders. You put two individuals together, there are always bound to be differences. And both leaders are there, they have their own dreams, ambitions, aspirations, and there are moments of tension between them. But let me remind you the reality. It is Congress and Congress leaders who are still chugging along. It is the BJP's wheels that have fallen apart. The reality is that the infighting is 10 times more in BJP than in Congress. It is just that the media was relentlessly hounding Congress and it made the whole country believe that the Congress is going to fall apart. When actually Congress till date has managed to work out its issues, and DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah are still fighting the election together. And so also when we come to power, we will respect the people's wishes and we will deliver a stable, unified government. This is the reality. Right? We have made it work together and we will make it work in the future also.
Thank you very much. It was really wonderful speaking to you. Thanks a lot. That is all we have for now. Thank you.